Hey guys and girls, welcome back to my channel. So styling is one of the hottest career options in the fashion industry these days. I think before social media became a thing, before the Rachel Zoe project came around, a lot of people thought that these celebrities just had designer gowns and shoes and accessories just hanging in their closet, waiting and ready to go for every red carpet, but we know better now. We know that stylists are the ones that made the magic happen behind the scenes. So if you're interested in becoming a stylist, then this video is for you. I'm going to be going over all your career options. You have so many. I mean, you could be a celebrity stylist. You could be a personal stylist. You can be a stylist for TV, movies, advertisements, commercials, music videos, you name it, you can do it. So we're going to be going over all your options, and I'm going to be discussing some of the pros and cons for each one. So before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. So let's start with one of the most popular options, which is celebrity styling. So celebrity stylists get their clients ready for red carpet events, for press events. Press meaning any place that the celebrity is promoting their new project. So if you notice when someone has a new album coming out, or maybe they're going to be starring in a new TV show, a new movie, you're going to start seeing them everywhere. I mean, you're going to see them on Jimmy Kimmel one day, these late night shows. Next day, you're going to see them in a magazine cover talking about their new project. So it's all in the name of promoting and publicity, and they're going to be everywhere, so they have to look good to represent themselves. So that's where you come in. Some stylists even dress their clients for every day, so it all depends on your client. So one of the perks, of course, with celebrities is they tend to have a bigger budget than the quote-unquote regular person. So that's one of the perks for sure. Another perk, now depending on one of your goals, some stylists like to be way behind the scenes. They don't want any, publicity on themselves. But for some, they might want some of the limelight too. So having a big name client can raise your profile and open the doors to many more opportunities for you too. I mean, think about stylists like Law Roach, who's known for styling Zendaya and Ariana Grande. He was a judge on America's Next Top Model. Or Carla Welch, who we know from styling our fave, Tracee Ellis Ross, always having her looking so bomb. She had an opportunity to do a collaboration with Levi's and create a collection of denim. So if you're interested in other parts of the fashion industry, this can be a great way for you to make that entry. Now let's move on to some cons. So I think a lot of aspiring stylists have this idea that they're going to become BFFs with the celebrities that they work with, go to all the Hollywood parties together, sipping champagne, sitting front row in Fashion Week, and all of that could happen, down the line, but in the beginning of your career, most likely you're going to be dealing with their team. That whole have your people call my people thing, it's real in Hollywood. So you're most likely going to be dealing with their publicists, making arrangements with their managers and their agents. Maybe even some family members are going to be in the midst. So just be prepared for that. Not to mention, each and every one of those people is going to want to voice their opinion on what's on your rack. So if you don't feel comfortable just yet defending your decisions or clearly articulating why that person has to go with the red dress versus, maybe their mom is in the fitting. I've been in this situation before. I've had a client where her mom, her sister, and her boyfriend were all there, and they were saying, oh, you should wear the yellow dress. But I'm like, trust me, you look better in the red dress. So what are you going to say? Don't listen to your mom? So you have to be able to navigate those types of situations. Or if their manager or agent is saying, no, we need to go for this look, you have to be able to think quick and articulate why that person needs to go with your chosen look. So that's just one thing. Also, I feel like this one goes without mentioning, but I'm going to just say it anyways. Some people really do have a big ego. Kind of comes with the territory. Now, this next point I want to make very clear. If you need to be in bed by 10 p.m. every night, celebrity styling is not for you. So go ahead and cross that off the list right now, because don't worry, we got other options for you. But I've been in fittings that go to 2 a.m., 3 a.m. because my client is an actress and she got done filming super late. So that was the only time we could fit it in before an event. Schedules are tight in Hollywood. So you have to really be able to roll with the punches. I'm personally a type A personality, so I like to know my entire schedule weeks ahead of time so I can organize and mentally prepare everything. But I've learned that everything is last minute in celebrity styling. You might get a call, hey, we need some dresses for a fitting tomorrow. What are you going to do? Say, oh, I'm sorry, I need 2 weeks notice? No, you have to go, or they're going to call the next stylist. So you have to really be able to roll with the punches. So if I was to put celebrity styling in one sentence, I would say it's highly demanding. So be prepared for that. A lot of last minute, a lot of egos, a lot of running around like a chicken with your head cut off. But at the end of the day, it's all worth it. Honestly, it is my favorite type of styling. I love the red carpet. I love the end product. You know, just being able to create a beautiful moment for your client that just lives on forever on Getty Images, it makes it all worth it for me. I love those red carpet moments. So if that scared you away, don't fret, we still have many other options for you. So moving on to the next is editorial styling. So editorial stylists style for magazines. So if you're the type of person that thinks, oh, I just do styling for the art, I don't care really about getting paid, because as an editorial stylist, let me tell you now, it's pretty well known in the industry that you don't make any money working for magazines. So if you're the type that just wants to be creative and let that out, editorial styling is for you. You can really get super creative. You know, on red carpet, you have to make sure that everything fits right, make sure it's tailored, looking good for the camera, no glare, no, weird things happen on the camera. But for editorial, things can be photoshopped or edited in post-production. You can use all the tools in your toolkit to pin and clip and pin everything to make it look perfect. So editorial is where you get to really run free with your creativity. But again, I do want to stress, you're not going to make money doing this. So you're going to have other side hustles to supplement yourself. One thing I've noticed is the more creativity you have on a job, the less money there is to be made. I've noticed that the least glamorous jobs have the most pay, which tend to be commercial and advertising jobs, which leads me to my next point, which is commercial styling. You might not notice it, but we're around commercials all day, every day, whether it's the billboards that you see when you're driving, or on TV, or on social media ads, and they have stylists for those. So think of the most boring commercials you've seen lately. Maybe it was a car commercial, maybe it was a Glade plug-in commercial, I don't know, but there was a stylist on each of those jobs, and best believe they were making bank, because those commercials have big budgets. Think about those helpful Honda commercials. You know, when they're wearing the blue shirts and the khakis, best believe a stylist was on set making sure those shirts were tucked in right, those khakis were freshly steamed, and maybe the cuff was rolled up. There was a stylist there. Now, it is not the most glamorous look at all, but trust, commercials, they pay the bills. So with that said, it is one of the most highly competitive parts of styling, because stylists in that field, they tend to stay there pretty much forever. So I remember I did a chicken commercial. It was for a chicken company. The treatment was a family. They just came home from work. The kids just came home from school. I pulled the most basic jeans, t-shirts. The dad was wearing a chambray, actually similar to this, but less cute. And it was the most regular clothing, but the check, I'm telling y'all. So commercials are definitely one of the ones not to sleep on. Now, these types of jobs, they usually come from agencies or by word of mouth. That's how I've gotten my commercial jobs, is by word of mouth. Someone I worked with in the past recommending me. So I suggest, if you want to break into that part of the industry, find a stylist who does commercials. Go on IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and find wardrobe stylists that do commercial jobs. Intern under them, really get to know that side of the industry, because it is completely different from celebrity styling or editorial styling. So we can get into that in another video. So now let's get into personal styling. So with those first three types of styling that I mentioned, celebrity, editorial, commercials, you're going to find those in the big cities where you find celebrities, or productions, which is LA, or editorials, which are mostly in New York. But with personal styling, you can do that just about anywhere there's you and another human who has money to pay you. So personal styling, I highly urge you to find your niche. Your niche is that specific clientele that you're known for serving. So you want to be known as that go-to person for that specific group. So maybe in your city, you're known for styling all the CEOs and the executives. You know how to take them from looking like the assistant and the intern to making them look powerful, bringing out their confidence, making them look and feel like a boss. Or maybe your niche are plus-size beauties. You know what fabrics, what silhouettes really accentuate their beautiful curves. Whatever your niche is, stick to it, and it's going to really help you build your personal brand. You want to be known as that go-to person for one thing. You don't want to be a jack of or a Jill of all trades. Whatever you do, please do not list your client base as the everyday woman. If I see that one more time, that is too vague. You don't want to be known as someone who does a little bit of everything. I like to use this example. If you broke your foot, would you rather go to a general practitioner that knows a little bit of everything, or would you want to go to a foot surgeon who knows everything having to do with feet? I bet you said the foot surgeon. So you want to be known as the expert in that specific area. Next is TV wardrobe styling. So this is not to be confused with costume design, where they make original clothing and costumes for characters. Think Black Panther, Mad Men, Game of Thrones. You're not finding those anywhere. So TV wardrobe styling in this sense, I'm talking about the reality shows. We're always seeing those reality stars have different outfits for the confessionals or for the reunions, or even TV weather girls. You can style them if you wanted to. I bet you've never seen a TV weather girl wear the same thing twice. So there is truly a lane for any and every type of stylist. So again, for the most part, most of your favorite reality stars or your favorite housewives, they don't have all these bomb designer pieces just sitting in the back of their closet. They hire stylists like you to go out there, shop for the latest, hottest pieces, and have them looking bomb. So TV shows in general have stylists on set to make sure that all those little details that only we notice are accounted for. So that means you're expected to make sure that all buttons are done up, all zippers are zipped, no one's fly is showing, all sleeves are even lengths, you know, these little things. So if they look back on the footage and notice that the star of the show's fly was down and no one told them, they're going to be like, who was the stylist that day, and make sure we don't hire them again. We do not want that to happen. Attention to detail is everything as a stylist, but especially in productions. You know, when you're doing editorial styling, you can Photoshop things in or out, but with TV and red carpet, that's it. You only get one chance to make it right. So attention to detail, and if you love shopping, especially love being in stores, then this is for you. So just as a roundup, your work gets to be seen by thousands, maybe even millions of people, depending on the project. You get a steady paycheck for the duration of that shoot. Shout out to those production budgets. And you get to shop for a living. I mean, what else could you ask for? So this sounds right up your alley. The best way to get your foot in the door in the TV area is by working under a stylist who's already doing that type of styling. So you're probably starting to notice a pattern here. Align yourself with the people who do ultimately what you aspire to do. Another way to forge your path in the industry is by doing runway styling. Every year there's multiple fashion shows and multiple fashion weeks across the globe, so you can definitely make a name for yourself. And this is a type of styling that not a lot of people consider or think about. Not every designer makes a good stylist. Those are facts. They'll be more than happy to have a stylist come and take care of the shoes, the accessories, the jewelry, and all of that, because it is a lot putting on a runway show, designing a whole collection, and then having to put looks together. Trust me, I was a designer in my former life, so I know it is a lot. So they'll really appreciate you bringing your unique perspective and putting together that collaboration so you can bring their vision to life. There's production companies out there that specialize in runway shows, so you can reach out to them and offer your services, or take it into your own hands. Go on social media, take advantage of that, and reach out to designers that you love, even if they're local designers in your neighborhood. There's fashion weeks just about everywhere now. So if you see a designer who you absolutely love, their style, what they stand for, find out their contact information, reach out to them and say, hey, I love your work and everything you stand for. I especially love this last collection, and this number 22 look was my favorite, you know, whatever that might look like for you, and say, I would love to style your next fashion show. Go ahead and shoot your shot. You just never know where that opportunity is going to lead to. So last but not least is e-commerce styling. So just about every fashion retailer that has an online presence, which should be all of them by now, you know, we're living in this digital social media age, they have an e-commerce styling team that puts together the looks that you see on their website and that you shop on. I'm talking everybody from Fashion Nova to Forever 21 to Neiman Marcus and Net-a-Porter. They all have a styling team. So you might want to consider that if you want a more steady paycheck, because at the end of the day, it is a corporate company, so you're going to get that regular check. However, the biggest con is that you don't get much creativity like at all, and that's putting it lightly. These are companies that have brand guidelines that you're supposed to follow to the T. So I started my styling career in e-commerce styling, and I got to see firsthand, if you shot something that was not to the creative directors and the boss's liking, they make you shoot it over and over and over again until it gets right, because it has to look uniform to the rest of the brand. So you don't get to really experiment or try new things. It's really by the book. So maybe you have a family that you have to support, but you still want to do styling in some capacity, and you can't really be out here interning for free. Consider e-commerce styling. You're still a stylist. You still get to do your thing and dress models and be on set and work with a team, but don't really get to experiment as much as you would in, say, celebrity styling or editorial styling. So again, weigh out those pros and cons. Is it more important that you get a regular check, or is it more important that you get to go crazy with the outfits as with editorial styling? So really think about what your end goals are. And again, with e-commerce styling, you're working a 9 to 5, you get that regular check every 2 weeks. So that might be good if you like a little more stability. You're not going to be doing any 2 or 3 a.m. fittings like your girl over here. So that might be good for you. So with everything that you learned today, go ahead and list out your non-negotiables for your career. Did today's video open up your eyes to different paths, or did it confirm that you want to do a certain type of styling? What type of styling are you most interested in? I want to hear from you. Go ahead and comment that below.